Hi, welcome back to Spookier Celluloid, my second channel. I'm Spooky Celluloid, and today I got even lazy. I didn't even put this microphone on a stand. I decided to hold it in my hand and talk like that, and so I can talk far away and you can't hear me, or I can talk really close and I'm too loud. And today I'm talking about The Red Queen Kills 7 Times, a giallo directed by completely forgot. I do not. Emilio P. Miraglia, who's not a director I'm familiar with, clearly, because I didn't know who directed this. They also directed The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, which I do also own, and I'm gonna check it out pretty soon. I think I've seen it already, maybe not. I don't know. I wanted to rewatch this because yesterday I did like a Q&A on my Instagram, and people, adjacent Voorhees, shout out, asked me for like my underrated giallos, and I looked at my collection and I'm like, Red Queen is pretty underrated, but I hadn't watched it in years. So tonight I was like, damn, I want to watch something. I want to watch something Italian, because I've kind of been on an Italian kick this year. I've just been on a good movie kick this year. I don't know if it's just because I am rewatching a lot of stuff that I know I already like, but even the new movies I'm discovering, like I'm having difficulty finding movies that I didn't really like this year. I mean, there is a few. It's just, when you watch as many movies, some of them are bound to be garbage. But I mean, compared to previous years, I'm really enjoying pretty much everything I watch. And this is no exception. Now, this movie is a bit more complicated story-wise, and it is also very good. So I don't want to spoil anything. So I'll just quickly go through the story. It is these young girls who are playing with dolls. That's how it starts. Well, one of them, named Kitty, who later, after the introduction, is played by Barbara Boucher, which is always a good thing. Anyways, these two girls are like, they're acting like kids. Kitty is playing with her doll, and then her sister Evelyn is kind of being a pain in the ass. She steals the doll. She runs to the castle, because they live in a castle, because they're from a very, very, very rich and affluent family. Anyways, they get to the grandpa, and the grandpa's like, yo, bitch, give the doll back to the kid. And then the other one's a pain in the ass, so she's like, nah, I'm not. And in the grandpa's room, there's a painting of the Black Queen getting killed by the Red Queen. And then Evelyn just stares at that painting, and then she goes nutty for Cocoa Puffs and just starts stabbing at Kitty's doll, which of course upsets Kitty. They start fighting. And then the grandpa explains the painting to the little kids, and basically it's a legend that after a couple of years, or every couple of years, this spirit of the Red Queen rises, kills 7 people, and then goes back to the spirit world, I guess. And it always ends with the Red Queen, who kind of possesses one of the kids from the family, this very affluent family, and always ends with this kid that is being possessed by the Red Queen killing their sisters. So their sister, or her, like one of the sisters, usually a sister that she hates. So the grandpa's like, well, the next one is in 14 years, in 1972. And then the kid's like, well, that's in a long time. And then 14 years later, weird shit starts to go down. It starts with the grandpapa, the one that explained the story of the Red Queen, getting a heart attack. And then eventually, in giallo fashion, people are picked up one by one by this strange killer who kind of looks like Evelyn. But the problem is, Evelyn is no more. She accidentally died in a fight with Kitty. So for the entire movie, basically, Kitty thinks that this this is really the spirit of Evelyn who's resurrected, and it might be, I won't spoil anything, but it is a giallo, so you do have this mystery aspect, you do have this like kind of supernatural element, but in typical, giallo fashion, it's just a part of the mystery, and more often than not, the explanation is quite simple when you get to the end, but this one got a really, really positive reaction from me with the twist, because it was a twist that made sense. Now that I think about the movie, I'm like, okay, this makes perfect sense as to why this person is the culprit. And for a while there's a lot of red herrings, of course, and for a while you do believe that the person that the movie wants you to think is the killer is the killer. Again, I won't say too many specifics because this is a great movie, a great mystery, a great giallo, and I feel like it needs to be seen. Of course, it's as Barbara Bouchet, who's famous for being in a lot of films, European films during the 70s. Most notably for me, Don't Torture a Duckling. She's great in that. Is it Caliber Number 9? By Fernando Di Leo. She's in one of those, and I'm pretty sure she's a Bond girl, of course, because most women in giallos are more often than not Bond girls. Think of Caroline Munro, Edwidge Fenech, I think. Was Edwidge a Bond girl? I don't think so. Anyways, I'm not familiar with James Bond. I'm not a die-hard James Bond fan. I like the movies I've seen, but I am not. Anyways, but yeah, Milano Calibro number 9. Okay, that's the one I was talking about. And surprisingly, Sybil Danning, who I did not recognize, Sybil Danning, who was kind of more, in my mind, more of an 80s scream queen, but shit, she was in Italy in 1972, which makes sense because I listened a bit of the interview because I didn't want, my cat was sitting on me, and cat owners, I didn't want to bother my cat, so I listened to a part of the interview, and she was in Germany, which makes sense because this was shot in Germany. I'm pretty sure this is an Italian-German co-production, as they were often that, and yeah, it is very well done. The cinematography is incredible. The music, the song that plays during the menu, and basically the main song in this film is a banger. I don't know who did the soundtrack. A lot of time they don't tell you like during that, but yeah, the soundtrack is incredible. This cover is beautiful. I just really like this film. I always liked it. Oh shit, there's an interview with Stephen Thrower. The man is everywhere. I need to watch that. Anytime Stephen Thrower shows up on a bonus, I watch it. But yeah, make things short, this movie's amazing. Soundtrack rules. The acting is great. The mystery is great. I watched the Italian version. The cinematography is out of this world. I love the set design, this castle. It kind of gives you like a gothic horror feel, but this is in a modern giallo, time period, while also having that old school gothic Italian look. It's just amazing. So it's probably gonna go up. I was debating my rating on this, but since ratings don't really matter, this is an 8.73. Banger of a film. Go buy it. Pretty sure, like, it's an Arrow video. It'll be on sale for like $7 next month, and you should pick it up. It's great. Great transfer too.